What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. I am currently, as we speak, rendering Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler prediction for UFC 274. It will be out tonight. I just got to upload it after it's finished rendering. I do usually big prediction videos in 4K, so it takes a little bit longer. Shout out to anyone that watches them in 4K. Appreciate you guys. But I figured, and I've done this all the time in the past, why not stream while I'm sitting here staring at my computer anyway? So now I'm here. We're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm probably going to make this a members only stream after the fact, so only members can watch the replay if they want to. I figure we'll talk a little bit about Ferguson Chandler just because that's the video I am rendering right now and getting ready to upload for you guys to watch. We'll talk about UFC 274 in general, less than a week away now. And I'm actually going to change the title a little bit. We will talk about, because it's a big topic of conversation lately, Marlon Vera versus Sean O'Malley 2. That's what people are talking about. So, and any of you guys' questions, and the potential, let me just fix something real quick. Vera versus. I'd like to update these before I forget. So, guys, put whatever you want to talk about in the chat. I will be reading it in a second. I'm actually streaming on StreamYard right now. So, I will actually put your comments up on the screen. So, hold on one second. Okay. What's going on besides you? Hope you're doing well. Sinister, hey, let's go. I think Cheeto versus Sandhagen is the fight. I think Yan TJ as well. If they do Yan TJ, I guess they give Aljamain Sterling Jose Aldo, which I wouldn't be, opposed to, not based on merit. I mean, I guess there is merit to it, but I just love Jose Aldo, so I would love to see him get it. What's going on, GTZ? Cheeto versus Corey would be sweet. I agree. I would love Marlon Cheeto Vera versus Corey Sandhagen. That might even be a video I might make. That Sean O'Malley versus Cheeto rematch is looking really sweet. We will discuss that very shortly. I don't know. I don't know if it's looking that sweet, honestly. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm just going to read through some of these early comments. I think the Cheeto Yan would be bad for Cheeto. Yeah, I agree. Sinister agrees with you, Dixie. I think O'Malley sleeps him. Real talk. Fair enough. Sean O'Malley's the truth in striking, to be honest. He has the athleticism, karate, point system, striking like a Walmart version of Adesanya, no offense. Okay. He doesn't get too much recognition on this channel, but I think he has great potential. Okay. I've literally talked about him that he's a great prospect, but all right. What's going on, French Fries? What's up, Fight Life Nation? It's going well. How is it going for you? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Sandhagen beats Vera pretty easily, in my opinion. I would favor Sandhagen, but you never know. I mean, I picked Rob Font to beat Marlon Vera, so it's hard to say. Vera, I don't know. Vera's just so durable, and then he has all his techniques he throws with nasty power, it seems like. But it's hard to say. What emoji is that? Let's see. Looks like it. Hey, Joey. Okay. I don't know what that means, homework, because it wouldn't pop up there, but I think it's just an emoji that StreamYard doesn't recognize. I'm not a martial arts expert, but I wouldn't call O'Malley style point karate. I think he's more built for MMA. I'm going to need a hotline if Tony loses. Tony will win this, though. I got to sneeze now. Whew. All right, that was brutal, but we'll see. Well, you guys will see my opinion before the end of the night on who I think will win Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson at UFC 274. The prediction video is about to be uploading. I already have title, description, tags, and thumbnail all ready to go. I've been working on it for the last hour or so, and it will be up soon, very soon. I got AP government test tomorrow. It's going to suck. That does suck. Tony Ferguson, main training partner, was at the event last night. I wanted to ask him about Tony, but I don't feel comfortable bothering people. Just a mental block I got to get over. Yeah, dude, I know exactly what you mean. It's very, very uncomfortable. What's up with O'Malley? Is he injured? Supposedly he was supposed to fight on. He was talking about fighting on 274, but it never came to fruition. Never came to fruition. Real talk, O'Malley isn't in Chito's league. I don't need to see that fight again. But I still like joking about it. I'm gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Who do you got in Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett? I'll probably take Kattar, but that is a tough fight to pick. I mean, whew, I love that matchup. I love it matchup. Love that matchup. Top 2 featherweights in the world, battling it out. Both guys with great skills. That's a great fight that got made. I wrestled at Fresno and saw Darren win, but I didn't want to sound like a fanboy, so I didn't bother him. Also, because he's busy coaching, didn't want to bother him. Yeah, I think most people feel that way. Let me put it that way. Hey, how's it going, Joey? Part Ecuadorian here. Super happy that Vera won. Wonder who he fights next. I'm wondering if it's going to be Sandhagen. I also wouldn't mind to see him against Merab. That'd be a good test of Merab's striking and Chito's grappling, considering he had a little bit of trouble against Frankie Edgar. Okay. I think Kattar boxes Emmett's bleeding head off. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let me hide that. All right, guys. So my opinion on the potential Marlon Vera Sean O'Malley 2 fight. I think Sean O'Malley could win the fight. You know, I know you guys for some reason think I'm super biased against Sean O'Malley. I think he could win the fight. I'm not saying I'm picking him to win the fight. But I don't trust Sean O'Malley's durability. You know, we've seen perpetually, nonstop throughout his career, he has durability issues. Whether it's the constant leg injuries, whether it's the stamina. Marlon Vera has amazing stamina. He has great power. He throws all his techniques with nasty power. The leg kicks of Chito Vera are filthy. I mean, he was chewing up Rob Font's leg in the fight last night. I don't think that a Sean O'Malley rematch would be much different. I think maybe Sean O'Malley doesn't get stretchered out this time, but that's also a real possibility as well. You know, Marlon Vera is very hittable, and Sean O'Malley does have good power, and that's why I give him a solid chance, because O'Malley does have really crisp boxing, but we've only seen him be able to do that to guys and dominate certain guys who are lower level competition. We have yet to see him fight elite competition and have any success. He's fought nobodies at this point in time. And I know we're going to have someone in the chat say, Raulian Paiva was amazing and blah, blah. Raulian Paiva was a flyweight who has losses at flyweight, who was not ranked at bantamweight. And you can say, well, he was ranked at bantamweight for a certain period of time. He was not ranked when he fought him. End of story. And at the end of the day, I didn't think it was all that impressive. It was definitely Sean O'Malley's most solid win over his top. You know, when you're saying that Sean O'Malley's best win is Raulian Paiva, think about what you're saying. Because there is so many people, whether it be Sean O'Malley fanboys, whether it be people in the MMA YouTube community who abuse people's names for clicks and are also scared of cult followings from those said fighters, fans, that will sit there and say, you know, oh, that was such a great win. And what they also did was they elevated they almost pumped Raulian Paiva up so that when Sean O'Malley defeated him, they could pretend it was such a great win. And on top of that, if it, by some chance he lost, they could say, well, Raulian Paiva is legit. At the end of the day, you look at Sean O'Malley's resume. He has, let me just make sure, I'm gonna double check because I don't want to say this and be wrong. But I believe, let me just double check. Yeah, he has 2 wins in his UFC career over people who are currently on the UFC roster. One of them is Raulian Paiva, the other one is Chris Montinho. Think about that. I want you to think about that. Sean O'Malley's still a very talented prospect. That does not change that. I still think that he can make progressions, and, you know, once he's tested against a level of competition, I can completely change my opinion on it. And I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying when I look at who he's fought and how those fights have gone, I'm not particularly, blown away by it, and I'm not particularly high on it. Um, it is what it is. He got the only high level fighter he's ever fought, and he wasn't. People weren't nowhere near as high as on him as they are now. Is Marlon Vera, and what happened in that Marlon Vera fight? Marlon Vera chopped his legs, eventually shoved him to the ground, and then brutally flash KO'd him with ground and pound elbows. And then Sean O'Malley was stretchered out of the cage with no serious injury. And it all happened in the first round. It all happened in the first round. And for anybody saying, well, O'Malley was winning the fight beforehand, it was a 50-50 fight up until Chito hurt the leg. And at the end of the day, Sean O'Malley did not go out there and slip on a banana peel. Chito was the guy who threw the leg kick that damaged Sean O'Malley's leg. It was not a fluke. It was not, some luck by Marlon Chito Vera. He went out there, he injured his opponent with techniques that he trained, end of story, and won the fight. It is what it is. And that's the only time that we've seen Sean O'Malley fight elite competition, or considered to be elite competition, or even ranked competition. And I'm curious in his next fight. I really think in his next fight, I will be shocked if they give him another unranked opponent. I know the UFC looks at Sean O'Malley as a future star, and he can very well be a future star in the bantamweight division. But the guy has to fight some decent talent, and the time is now. You look, how many fights has he had in the UFC? If you include Contender Series, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fights in the UFC. If you don't include Contender Series, 8 fights in the UFC, which I don't know if we should include Contender Series or not. And I get that Sean O'Malley's still very young. He's only, 27 years old. But at the same time, we can't sit here and pretend like he's a championship caliber fighter when he's beat nobody. Okay, end of Sean O'Malley, Marlon Vera rant. Okay. I wouldn't say he was nobody, even though I just did, but it wasn't what people were pretending he was. Okay, let's go back up. O'Malley's next opponent still speculated to be Pedro. I haven't heard anything different. I heard Merab versus Cruz is in the works. I would love it. Chito wouldn't last against Merab. I think he'd probably get out-grappled for the majority of that. If I saw Darren win, I'd ask him why crack, okay? Who you got in boxing this weekend? Unfortunately, I don't watch boxing, my friend. I can't give you an answer to that. Pedro Munoz is so underrated. Beat Font, Cody, and has many others on his resume. Also beat Frankie, but was robbed. Also, Munoz has great calf kicks and solid BJJ. I agree. And I would like to see O'Malley versus Pedro Munoz, if that's what you're getting at. Munoz, I've said it for a while, actually. He's criminally underrated. I feel like Song Yadong is the fight to make for Sean O'Malley next. That'd be a good test for him without rushing him to the top. I would agree. To be fair, Paiva almost beat Cara France. Okay. I think O'Malley is frail compared to Chito. It is comparing a boy to a man. Chito drowns him in a rematch, especially if it's 5 rounds. Joey, what's up, bro? What's up, Tony? Hope you're doing well. He's not bad, but you can't compare him to top guys off that last win. Agreed. It's Olive's time, baby. Let's go. I'm super hyped for Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. Videos at 84% rendering. If Gaethje submits Oliveira, will you shave your beard? What do I have to gain? I'm not taking any bets that I have nothing to gain, but no, that will not happen. Whether Sean becomes champ or not, he's one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. His fight gets my heart beating fast with adrenaline. For that, he's one of my favorite. Fair enough. Is Chris still in the UFC? Got KO'd by a 40-year-old bantamweight. You're right, French fries. He might not be in the UFC anymore. You could be totally right there. Okay, hold on. I'll just read this anyway now. He broke striking records against Moutinho. Crisp striking, entertaining personality. I love watching his fights. The guy has 0 top 15 wins. He needs to fight Ricky Simon. I think is how you pronounce it. I keep forgetting. You seen Patty recently? Shaking my head. He weighed more than he thought, and he thought his team was messing with the scales to prank him. He was so heavy that he thought it was a prank. No, I have not seen him lately, but I'll have to check that out. Here's my take on O'Malley. Might be better skilled fighter, but Chito won fair and square that night, and his durability is insane, and that alone could beat Sean in a rematch. Exactly, and he throws everything with violent intentions. What's up, MMA Joey? What's up, Keep Out? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. It's like Rob Font. Dude's boxing Chris, probably one of the best at the top, but has no chin and no durability. I wouldn't say he has no chin and no durability, but he definitely doesn't take shots well, and he has no power, which is a big problem. When you're constantly landing strikes and you're not having any effect on your opponent, that's a big issue. Cowboys' last fight, right? Are you talking about against Joe Lozon? Yes, I would say it is going to be his last fight, but you never know. You never know. You never know how long Cowboys Cerrone's going to stick around. I'm assuming that's who you're talking about. Yeah, speaking of Chris, I'm glad a referee stopped it and didn't let him get beat up. Yeah, but there was only a minute left, though. How much of a donation to just shave the mustache? I don't know, man. You can start with 200, and I'll think about it. There you go. Cater should lend Font some chin and durability. Yeah, he should. Imagine Connor fills in for Leon after he pulls out of the Usman fight and wins by KO. No way. But that would be crazy. That would be crazy. That would never happen, though. Font is basically Holloway with no chin. Have a shave, brother. Okay. Shaney boy Gem. Damn, Cowboy hasn't fought in a minute. It's been a year. Yeah, he's been out for a while. I was surprised he even got another fight, to be honest. He's on like a 27-fight losing streak. Do you think Cowboy would have beaten Diego Sanchez? Definitely would have beat Diego Sanchez. He just can't compete with the elite of the elite. By the way, guys, if you have not liked the stream yet, do me a favor. Run up the likes on the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps push it out to more people. More people find it, and it helps grow the channel. We're creeping to 3,000 subscribers. We are currently at 2,704 subscribers. So do me a favor. It's free. Just like the stream for me. I would greatly appreciate that. I noticed Chito looked bigger than Font, and Rob, the one who missed weight, makes me question motivation. I noticed Chito looked bigger. Yeah, I don't know. Rob Font isn't particularly a massive, bantamweight by any means. Thoughts on Cater Emmett? Love the fight. I think Cater has the edge with the boxing, but Emmett has nasty power and could easily put him out with one shot. And Cater does take a lot of damage. Did you hear about Faleho being... I always forget how to pronounce his name, being added to the UFC card? I actually did see that. Didn't he just fight? Who did he just... Was it Baeza? Who did he just fight? I mean, he's fought twice recently. Let's see. Who was it? Yup, it was Baeza. He TKO'd Baeza on April 16th. I think he stepped in against Michel Pereira on short notice at the end of January. Yeah, I think that's what it was. He was short notice there. But he's got another fight now on 274. I love watching Andre Filho, I think is how you pronounce it. I love watching him fight. Who do you got for the win, M8, Chandler versus Ferguson? I would love to answer this question, and I've told you guys in the past who I've leaned towards, but I'm at 99% rendered. I'm going to upload the video, then I'm going to stream for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes after I upload it, just to make sure it all processes and everything. And at the end of this video, I'm going to release my, I believe it's about 18-minute official prediction video for Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson, UFC 274. It's a long video. I don't go into the video, recording the video with any predetermined, how long it's going to be, and it's a pretty long video. So look forward to that at the end of this stream. I'm actually uploading it now. Just finished rendering. So it's 4K, so it takes a little bit to upload and process and everything. But you will see that within the next hour or so. I got to go. Have a good night, French fries. Appreciate you stopping by. Have you watched the countdown? No, I have not yet. Who do you think Luke Rockhold should fight? His chin is too much of a liability. I agree. I wanted to see him versus Sean Strickland. I thought that would have been an interesting I think that would have been an interesting build-up, and it would have been a fun fight. And Strickland doesn't have nasty power. Usman striking is very overrated for me. Without the takedown threat, I think guys like Jingling could beat him. I don't disagree with you. He just KO'd Baeza. Yep. Was going to watch the countdown, but I seen you were on, so I figured I'd show you some love. Appreciate you, Magic. Appreciate you. I like Filio. He's staying super active. He takes short notice fight and has really good boxing. And he has nasty power, too. And he has nasty power. What if I just drank my water for like 2 minutes straight? That'd be hilarious. You guys would be like, what the hell? Okay. The only way Tony wins is by going full retard. Okay. I think Tony's going to come in with a pressure heavy style. That's the way he's fought for years. Thoughts on Caio Borralho versus Petrosian? Can't believe it's a main event. It's the second UFC fight. There's no way. There's no way that's a main event. Somebody Google that for me and answer me. Is that definitely a main event? This isn't a name I've seen often. Rockhold and Strickland, we're talking trash. Merab Cruz prediction. I think Cruz could probably keep him off him and outstrike him and win a decision. I go Cruz by decision. What about you guys? Chandler versus Tony 4 years ago would be the best fight in UFC history. Fight history ever. I misread that. I think it's still going to be a very exciting fight. I think it's going to be a super, super solid fight. Okay, let me enter the details, which I already have pre-typed up. I just got to copy and paste. I'm just uploading the video as we speak. Guys, keep putting questions in the chat. I'll answer them in a second. Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Prediction, UFC 274. Upload the thumbnail here. I'm liking the thumbnail for this one. I made for this one. That's a really solid thumbnail. All right, now all I got to do is put tags, which I already have pre-typed up as well. Okay. It's uploading. It says 10%. It's a long video, and it's also in 4K. Okay, got to say that there's nothing bad in the video for YouTube ads. Import an end screen. I'll do that. Save. Okay, the video is now, from my end of things, all I got to do is wait for it to upload now. Okay, back to questions. It's not a main event. Yeah, I didn't think that was, it's no way that's a main event. That's what I was thinking. My IQ is 2. They would need blood donations after that. Okay. Sup, Joey, is Cheetah versus Sean in the works, or it's just there for what ifs? Yeah, it's just there for what ifs. If you're talking about my community post asking who would win in a rematch, that is just for what ifs. Okay, X out of this tab. Don't need that tab. Can exit out of that tab. X out of that one. X out of this one. Okay. Do you think Chito's performance last night was masterclass? No, I do not. He ate a lot of shots. Somebody with some more power would have probably put him away. He ate a lot of shots. But he found those explosive moments, and he hurt Rob Font badly. He damaged Rob Font badly, and he won the fight. You know, it's crazy that essentially every round but the 5th round, in my opinion, I only watched it one time, and I watched it live while streaming. Rob Font was winning the early exchanges for the first like 2 minutes or so. He was winning the rounds, and as it got to the second half of the round, Marlon Vera, time and time again, found the strike, whatever it may be, whether it be the sweet chin music in the 4th round, or the knee in the 2nd round, or the whatever, the punches, the left hand. I don't remember. He hurt him so many times I can't even remember. He hurt him badly at the end of each and every round and won the fight that way. So I don't necessarily think it was masterclass. I think masterclass means a flawless performance, and I do not think it was a flawless performance. There's a lot of holes in his game, but it was definitely a solid win. UFC 275 poster actually looks cool. I thought it was really, really ugly. If you're talking about the orange one where one's looking off to the side, one's looking forward, I thought it was super ugly. But respect your opinion. What do you think? Who do you think Paulo Costa should fight next? UFC needs to book Costa versus Vettori too. I am all aboard Costa versus Vettori too. Vettori had a fight against Whitaker. Whitaker is no longer able to fight. He's injured. Why not? Why not book him against, why not make the rematch? It was an amazing first fight. It was an eventful first fight. I know Paulo Costa missed weight, whatever, he was injured or whatever. I would love to see Paulo Costa versus Marvin Vettori too. I would absolutely love to see that. And there's really not a lot of other options for Marvin Vettori. So maybe the UFC can convince him to take it. Yan versus Vera would be crazy. I would love that fight, but I think Yan would brutalize Vera, honestly. I had Ladnese on my parlay. Dude just crumbled. Okay, fair enough. Why do you think UFC doesn't do Grand Prix from time to time? They're kind of fun, at least for me. I think there's too many variables there, and it ends up never working out the way people want it to. People end up getting injured. People end up pulling out. UFC does their own little version of that with their matchmaking, but I don't think they think it adds much promotional value to it. But I get what you're saying. Vera is basically Yan, but much more hittable. Vera is basically Yan, but much more hittable. I think they're completely different fighters. Is the UFC really going to make Costa fight at heavyweight? No, he said he's going to make him fight at light heavyweight. And no, I think they're going to let him fight at middleweight again. Should be Whitaker Costa. I would love that, but Whitaker's injured. Whitaker is injured, my friend. So we are not going to see Whitaker versus Costa. We were supposed to get that last April, I believe. That's crazy. That's already May 2022. May 2022. The channel is officially 13 months old, guys. 13 months old the channel is now. And we're creeping towards 3,000 subscribers. I can't believe it's already May 2022. But guys, thanks for watching the stream, watching the videos. Appreciate you guys. We're going to continue to go until this video is ready to go. We'll probably go at least an hour tonight. So I appreciate you guys coming to the stream. Just keep filling the chat with questions, thoughts, whatever you guys have to say. Fill the chat with it. The video is uploading slow because it's 4K and it's 30% uploaded right now. And at the end of the stream, I will release the video. You guys will be the first to see it. I missed the last few fights last night. The Elkins-Connolly fight was a gritty dog fight, though. Yes, it was. Elkins was just spamming the takedown, but Connolly did not give up. A lot of guys, they start losing, they pack it in. He did not do that. Muhammad Mokaev, future champion. It's too early to tell, but he looked amazing in the was it Cody Durden fight? I believe it was. I believe it was Cody Durden. Anyone know why Tassara Tyro fight was canceled last second? I have no idea. You think middleweight division has the least amount of talent or nah? I think here, I don't have an exact answer for that, but I do believe that when you have a dominant champion, it makes the division look worse. It's definitely the least intriguing division right now, in my opinion, just because Adesanya's already beaten everyone outside of Cannonier. By the way, guys, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. UFC 274 predictions coming. I do these live streams all the time, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, it takes 1 second to click down below and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Tony says he's going back to his wrestling roots for this one. Rip Chandler. I hope Tony works on his takedown. I hope he's worked on his takedown defense this whole time he's been out. His constant Achilles heel has been his ability to be taken down and controlled on the ground over and over and over. It's been going on for 10 years now. It's crazy how beatable every champ right now is. How beatable every champ is right now. Think how close some of their title fights have been. Very true. Very true. You look, that's actually a good observation. Davison Figueroa, the Moreno fight could have went either way. Aljamain Sterling Jan fight could have went either way. Alexander Volkanovski, not very beatable in my opinion. Charles Oliveira, he was eating some shots in the Dustin Poirier fight, and he almost lost the Michael Chandler fight. Kamaru Usman, the Covington fight was close. Adesanya, the Whitaker fight was very close. Glover Teixeira, definitely very beatable. Francis Ngannou, I think any given day, someone at heavyweight can beat Francis Ngannou, just because of the nature of the division and the power. Rose definitely can lose. I don't know if it's going to be to Carla. Valentina Shevchenko looks unbeatable. Juliana Pena could definitely lose at bantamweight. So I'm with you. I am with you on that one. There's a lot of beatable champions right now. You're the best MMA channel on YouTube. You just be yourself. You're not a fake character. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Must obey the rules. I genuinely come on here and just give you guys my opinions, and don't try to pretend to be somebody else just to try to be entertaining or something like that. This is exactly how I am. This is, if me and you were sitting on a couch watching fights, talking about fights, this is exactly how I would discuss them, in the same manner. You know, obviously more back and forth if we were speaking face to face. But I appreciate it, man. The best MMA channel. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Really do appreciate it. I'm continuing to improve the channel, make it better, grow. I'm looking to get 10,000 subs before the end of the year. Constantly trying to put out better videos, the best audio quality, definitely the best video quality on MMA YouTube. Nobody else in MMA YouTube is putting out 4K videos. I am. So appreciate your support, appreciate the kind words, and appreciate you coming to the stream as well. Love to hear it. Absolutely love to hear it. People like you are the ones that encourage me to just continue to keep just pumping out videos, giving you guys all my opinions on different fight announcements and prediction videos, because it's a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. And I actually absolutely love doing it. So appreciate you. Must obey. Do you think they'll give Islam the winner of UFC 274? Are they really going to make him fight Beneil? Would seem to line up perfectly, Islam versus champ Abu Dhabi in October. I think it all depends on timing. But I think Islam will probably get the shot depending on, you know, is the winner, are they injured? Are they cut? Do they have a medical issue of some sort? Do they need to get a surgery or something? Or do they not want to fight till the end of the year? But I think probably we'll see Islam versus the winner. Sean is scared of Cheeto. Yeah, for everyone saying, I'm not saying that Sean is scared of Cheeto, but everyone acting like Sean O'Malley would destroy Cheeto. I don't think Sean wants that fight. I don't think he wants that fight at all, and I don't think he'll be asking for it. So that's just my take. But remember, Joey, you say he always had poor takedown defense, but people would say he would have beat Khabib. What happened to Tony active with strikes and subs? He's definitely active, definitely super active in the guard. He wouldn't have beat Khabib. I can say that. Prime Tony Ferguson would not have beaten Khabib Nurmagomedov. He probably would have got TKO'd with ground and pound. Half the time, it's just one guy who's stuck in second place, like Moreno, Jan, Max, Colby, Whitaker. I would agree. Had Cyril Gane not gone for the knee bar, he definitely would have won. What do you think went through his mind at that point when he had top position on Francis? I have no idea. But it wasn't very smart. Maybe Francis Ngannou would have powered through it and reversed him anyway. It's hard to say, but definitely not a great decision. You think Dustin Poirier is a bigger star than Colby for the UFC? Maybe. It's hard to say. I'll say they're close. LOL Game thinks about the knee bar every night. He wakes up in a cold sweat from a nightmare. Oh my God, I dreamt about that knee bar yet again. Could you imagine? How many bottles of water have you drank today? Probably like 6, 7. I mean, I clean up this office at least every other day. And this is from like last night. Ready? This is from last night and today. And I still have more. And I have two full bottles right here. And I clean up these bottles every other day, at least. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 empty bottles, 1 half full, and two too partially full. I thought you looked different. Looked like you lost some weight, brother. It wasn't. It's not right now. The stream is not in 4K. It's the actual videos that I'm uploading for the prediction videos. But I appreciate the kind words. 60% upload. It's a big file. The 4K file. Sometimes it might not even process the 4 full K file until tomorrow, because that's how slow YouTube is sometimes. Has Rose bitten off more than she can chew, giving Carla a rematch? I don't think so. If Tony Ferguson loses his fight, will Dana cut him, assuming it's the last fight on his current contract? It's very possible. It is very possible that this is Tony's last fight with UFC if he does lose. With Conor Rubb, I think Dustin's slightly ahead of Colby in terms of star power. I wouldn't disagree with you. I got a water filter pitcher, and I've saved so much on water bottles. I need to get one. I agree that you can save a lot on water bottles. Plus, having all these bottles isn't that great. It's annoying, actually. And you can get like a bottle that you can just refill. God Nibar is up there with the Sun and back fist. Why I've been miskicked against Rockhold. Yeah, but the Sun and back fist, I think he would have lost anyway. The why I've been miskicked against Rockhold, he would have lost anyway. Tai Tuivasa versus Gane is the MMA equivalent to Roos v. Joshua XD. Saw the meme. I don't know what that means. So, apologies that I do not understand what you're saying there. You think Colby versus Masvidal did decent pay-per-views number? Yeah, probably did decent. I don't think they released them, so it couldn't have done that well. What would you grade the next pay-per-view 274 on paper? I actually have a video. I have a dedicated video for that. If you would like to go check that out, I can send you the link. Or do you want me to just tell you what I graded it? I mean, it's up to you. If you want me to just tell you, but I have a 16-minute and 4-second video I can send to you right now. Here you go, White Magic. I'm posting the link down here. If you want to go watch it after the stream, you can open it in another tab or just copy and paste the link. I think it should show. It should show in the chat. Let me know if you can see that. They only release numbers if they're over for like 500K. Ruiz Joshua, where he got the upset. I don't really watch boxing. They only release the numbers if they're over like 500K. I'm so tired of people. There's so many people that just make up fake pay-per-view numbers and then won't answer you when you ask them, where. Like, I have had so many people. I did a video about Ngannou like way back in February, and everyone kept commenting and not commenting. I think it was a live stream we were talking about. And they were like, oh, his fight versus Gane only did 200K pay-per-view buys. Absolutely not. That is fake. You will find no credible source saying so. The worst, I've been watching UFC for a long time. The worst pay-per-views they've ever done are like 200,000 buys. There's no way in hell that that's what it did. So, was a war. I did not watch it. You ever seen Paul Acosta's Twitter? Dude is a troll. Yes, I have. I seen the one where they had Islam's face on like a guy in a mobility scooter. And they were like, pray for my friend. And he retweeted it. Paul Acosta is actually hilarious. Do you think Conor will ever bite the bullet and box Jake Paul? I don't see him ever doing it. I doubt it, but I could see it in like 5 years that potentially happening. If Conor washes up in MMA and people don't care about him in MMA, which I don't know if that'll ever happen. But I could see that happening down the road, like way down the road. Sup, Big Joey? What's going on, VT? UFC 250 and 255 did like 50K probably. I forgot what 255 was. Yeah, but they definitely didn't do well. Definitely did not do well. No, I didn't watch the boxing match. Makes sense. Actually doesn't make sense. What doesn't make sense? I'm grabbing some food right now. Enjoy. Why don't you like boxing? I've just never been a big fan. I mean, I've just always been an MMA fan. And I have nothing against boxing. I'm not one of these people. I've even said multiple times. I know there's people who are hardcore MMA fans who like to pretend that MMA fighters can beat boxers in boxing matches. I'm not one of those people. I don't have anything against it. It's just not my sport, Out of all the years of watching UFC, what is the worst pay-per-view you've seen, if you remember? I definitely don't remember the worst pay-per-view, but one of the worst, I believe it was UFC 149. UFC 149 was one of the worst pay-per-views I've ever seen. Just terrible. Czech Congo, Sean Jordan, Hector Lombard, Tim Bosch was incredibly atrocious. And Uriah Faber, Henan Barral. I mispronounced his name wrong. I almost said Renato Moicano. Uriah Faber, Renan Barão was not that exciting either. The prelims, if I remember correctly, weren't that great. Outside of Ryan Jimmo, absolutely starching Anthony Perosh, RIP Ryan Jimmo. That's crazy. Ryan Jimmo has been gone for 6 years now. For those of you who don't know, Ryan Jimmo was in the UFC. And he was like on the fringe of getting cut. But he had a crazy win over Anthony Perosh via KO. It was a 7-second KO win on that card. I think he got hit by a car. Yeah, let's see. Was in a parking lot altercation. He argued with the driver of a truck, and as Jimmo was walking away, the driver ran over him. Yeah, somebody ran him over. That sucks. RIP. But UFC 149 was terrible. UFC 149. That's one that sticks off the top of the head. Who is out there paying $60 to watch Figueroa Perez and Shevchenko Maia? Unfortunately, I am. Conor Masvidal is the fight that makes the most sense this year. I would agree. You missed out, bro. It was a slugfest. Fair enough. What do you think is the next possible fight for the winner of Oliveira Gaethje? Got to be Islam Makhachev. Worst card was last week's. Oh, the Andrade fight card. Were you ever a fan of WWE? It's gotten so bad, but still more lucrative than the UFC. I used to be a fan when I was like 8 to 10, 8 to 12, somewhere around there, which is the early 2000s. I watched from like probably like, I'm just guessing here, like 1998 to like 2003-ish. And it was fun back then. It was a lot of fun back then. Were we okay? I don't know what you're saying. LOL, it was from Polikoff's Twitter. Makes sense. Actually doesn't make sense. Oh, okay. UFC 250 was one of the worst. I don't remember what was fully on that card. What did you do with your lady this weekend? Did you go anywhere? No, I did not really do anything this weekend, honestly. Disagree. Molly whopped her around the ring. Okay, did not see that. Video is almost uploaded, and then I just got to wait for it to process. So, guys, if you are really interested in seeing my Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson prediction, you probably only got to wait another half hour, maybe max, just because I'm going to hopefully make sure it processes. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor, like the stream, continue to fill the chat with questions. We'll go for a little bit, as long as we have questions, I don't mind continuing the stream. It's a Sunday night. It's only 10:45 right now, and I'm always used to staying up late doing prediction videos. I already got one done early, and we'll see. I might try to do Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza before the night's over, but we'll see about that. And I want to release, I can't believe it's already almost 11, though. I want to release this Tony Ferguson. I want to release this Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler. Stylistically, I would like to watch Charles versus Islam. I agree. I won't rewatch, but okay. Is MMA Joey as single as a Pringo? Okay, that's weird, but okay. You weren't okay. What are we arguing about here? Okay, my parlay next week is Chandler win and female fight go the distance. Okay, Mike, go get some Taco Bell. Go get some Taco Bell, Mario, if you're hungry. Tony Ferguson is done. I addressed that in the video. Taylor clearly lost. Okay, I didn't even watch. I don't even know who they are, honestly. I know that sounds crazy, but it is what it is. That's one thing I did not watch this weekend. I know a lot of people did, but I most certainly did not. Okay, let me check this video. Okay, the video is almost uploaded. It's a few seconds away. It's 99% uploaded. And then I just got to wait a little bit for it to process. Okay, what do you think is next for Rafael Fiziev? Do you think they rebooked the RDA fight? That would be my preference, my personal preference. And I think that makes a lot of sense. Too many people score the close fights based on overall fight rather than on the rounds like it's supposed to be scored. I agree. I think Charles wins, but Gaethje could KO him. I agree. Charles wins, in my opinion. Fair enough. Glover Teixeira is a live underdog bet at plus 165. Yeah, I could definitely see Glover Teixeira beating Yuri Prochazka. Could definitely have. Why doesn't the UFC have 145 rankings? Because there's no fighters. They don't have any women's featherweights. It doesn't exist. That is why they don't have rankings. I've talked about it for a long time. The division is non-existent. I was pissed. I had $60 on Cheeto last night and I couldn't bet. That sucks. Do you think the UFC will continue putting on fight nights at the Apex? There's no way the UFC could have gotten away with some fight nights recently with fans and expected to sell tickets. You're right. You're very right on that one. I think towards the end of this year, they're going to get away from it. But we might have created a monster because there's probably not as much overhead for them as far as travel and employees, and they still get their money for their TV deals. I love the small crowd fights. I don't like the smaller octagon. That's what I don't like about the Apex. Yuri's going to elbow Glover into oblivion. Fair enough. Gaethje is def Charles' toughest test thus far. That's what we'll say every fight. I mean, he was a massive underdog. Well, not a massive underdog. He was an underdog against Dustin, if I remember correctly. Okay, the video is uploaded. It is just processing as we speak. So it's uploaded about 10:50. So we'll give it about maybe 25 minutes to process at least the HD version. Keep filling the chat with questions, guys. Keep filling the chat with questions. If you're in here, put something in the chat. Well, let me know that you're here. There's probably people that watch. I always talk about this. There's probably people like me. When I used to watch YouTube, I would never participate in any of the chats. Never said anything, never commented anything. If you're in here just watching, but you're not saying anything, yes, I'm talking to you. You're kind of perking up right now, thinking of it. Just send a message in the chat right now. You don't even have to ask the question. Just let me know you're here and supporting the channel. I would love to know who's just listening, got the phone on the nightstand or on the counter, just listening to the stream right now, but not participating in anything. Just let me know that you're here. I'm just curious who's here. So it's crazy. We have like 10 people really active in the chat, but we have like 30 people in the stream itself. So let me know that you're here. I'm curious. I want to remember your name when this channel gets 100,000 subs. So what's next for the loser of 274 main event? Maybe the loser of Ferguson Chandler? Maybe. Particularly if it's Chandler, maybe. I don't know. So the loser, I could see Justin Gaethje if he loses fighting Dustin Poirier. I wouldn't mind that fight either. I'm convinced Jordan Levitt is okay. Dude, that's the last. We're talking about MMA here. I don't even want to talk about that type of stuff on here. UFC cards have kind of sucked this year, and also I don't personally, forget about that particular aspect of it. I'm not one of these people who really personally care about the fighters' personal lives too much. Like, I think it's interesting in the build-ups a little bit. But for me, I don't care necessarily about their families. I care about, if they got a really interesting, like, come up from like a really poor area. But other than that, I don't really care about their personal lives too much. Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira should be the next Scramble Fest. That'd be fun. Why am I excited for Cerrone Lozon? Cerrone has no business losing to Lozon. I'm not excited for that fight at all. True, they need to give Charles an elite grappler like Islam. Why is UFC ducking Islam title shot? I don't think they are. What kind of music and who are MMA Joey's favorite artists? I just listen to all different types of music. Honestly, I don't have any preference. Anything. Literally anything. I'm not a big music person in general, though. So, sorry to kind of give you a half answer there. Can you see the UFC paying Cerrone to stop fighting how they did with Chuck? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just watching. Thank you, Frank J. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I know you're just listening or just watching, listening, whatever it is. Appreciate you. How long are we streaming tonight? I could listen all night. I don't know. We're probably going for at least another half hour, I would say. On the nightstand, thank you. Keep out. I'm just listening. Thank you, Joe Frisco. Joanna shouldn't be having a Weili Zhang rematch after such a long layoff. Feels too dangerous for her. Agree or disagree? Yeah, I mean, it's probably not a good fight after sitting out for so long. But, I mean, it's a great fight, but yeah, it's probably not good for her chances to win, Jordan Levitt got movement. Leave that man alone. Yeah, I remember he won and then he twerked. He twerked afterwards. Yeah, who cares? Even if he still beats all of us. Very true. You watch any channels from UFC fighters? I've seen a few videos from Arnold Allen's channel. I've seen a few from like Like I've seen from Chael. I only liked Chael way back when he first started his YouTube channel. Now it's just absolute garbage. Uh, I've seen a little bit of Michael Bisping. I've seen a little bit of Arnold Allen. Uh, I don't know. There's probably more that I've seen. I've seen a little bit of Adesanya. I don't particularly like any of them, to be honest. But I'm very, very picky and about what I watch on YouTube anyway. So, but I've seen some of them. I'm trying to think who else has them. Doesn't Hamzat have one? I think I've seen a little bit from that as well. So there you go. There's the answer. What? Guys, let me know in the chat, what MMA fighters YouTube channels do you watch, as well as what's your favorite MMA YouTube channels? Let me know. I'm curious. I'm asking this every once in a while. I like to go check out what other people are making, stuff like that. Let me know what your favorite MMA fighters YouTube channel is. Not your favorite MMA fighter, but if you watch them on YouTube, which channels do you like the most? And just MMA channels in general. You know, I know the big ones, you know, like MMA fighting and stuff like that. But let me know what some of your favorite, you know, if there is any small MMA YouTubers that you like, let me know. I'm curious. If Tony beats Chandler, I think their obvious fight is El Kukui versus McGregor. I would love to see that. I would absolutely love to see that. And, you know, how could you deny that to Tony Ferguson? I want to be an MMA fighter, but I had a moral dilemma where I really don't want to hurt anyone. Even though I really enjoyed watching, it's still strange. Might still fight. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Yeah, it's hard that's got to be hard to kind of process a little bit. But I'm sure you'll figure it out. Jamal Hill said, if a guy beats me then twerks, we got to run it back. I do remember seeing that. I was laughing about that. What do you think of UFC Quick London return? Patty too out of shape to make it. He better start hitting the gym, because they're probably going to want to put him on that card. My guess is they're going to want to put Paddy Pimblett on that London card. And, I mean, we're what? He's got 2.5 months. Michael Bisping has a good channel. I've been watching him a lot lately in DC and RC. Fight Night Picks. I really just watch you, Joey, and the MMA Guru. Okay, fair enough. People have talked about him quite a bit. Do you think Figueiredo can beat any UFC heavyweight? It could be the worst ranked heavyweight. Do you think Figueiredo could beat any UFC heavyweight? It could be the worst ranked heavyweight on the roster. If you do not think also or Volk can beat any heavyweights in the UFC. No, I do not. It's possible. You know, I don't know the whole roster, but yeah. Chael pronounces fighters' names wrong on purpose. He says Mokuloshev. Okay. Yeah, Chael's channel is straight up garbage in my opinion. But it's just my opinion. If you like it, no hard feelings. You know, people have different tastes in general, but I don't like it. I watch Bisping and O'Malley channel, then MMA news and stuff. I watch you and Ariel. Fair enough. Like a really highly ranked small guy versus a really low ranked. I guess anything's possible, but who knows? When are they going to rebook Islam versus Beneil? They may not rebook that fight. They may very well not rebook that fight. So it's hard to say. But if they do, probably not till fall, I would guess. Or maybe, I think it would have already been booked. Leon versus Usman should be on that UFC London card. It may very well be. They talked to Dana. No, I don't think it will be. There's no way. But Dana said they originally wanted to do that for the original London card. Put a big fight on there. Bisping is so much of a UFC company guy, it's off-putting. Yeah, I don't like any of those guys who are just, you feel like their opinions aren't really their opinions. I know exactly what you're saying, and no matter what, they'll defend the UFC till they're blue in the face. Not a big fan. Chael does the same thing. Chael does the same exact thing, and it's absolutely disturbing, in my opinion. But it is what it is. You know what you're getting from them, at least. At least I don't feel like they're hiding it too much. You know, I feel like it's very apparent what they're doing, for sure. Oh, yeah, I don't know what this is about. I remember reading a comment about how Demetrius Johnson could beat Francis Ngannou's skills pay the bills and all, but that's just too absurd. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. But you never know. You know, maybe he could get on his back. I would love to see a freak show fight like that. That'd be absolutely hilarious. That would be hilarious. Could you imagine? That's a freak show fight I could get behind. Give me Devison Figueiredo versus Francis Ngannou. Could you imagine that? Demetrius is no longer in the UFC. Maybe Francis Ngannou can go to ONE FC and they can book that fight. Would you guys like that? Well, since they just gave Chase Sherman a new contract, throw him up versus Chris Barnett. That would be a decent fight. Chase Sherman got absolutely wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Why is this not uploaded with an HD? That's crazy. It's just showing standard definition now. It's not even... That's so annoying. Okay. If you got to choose 3 fighters to hang out with, who would you choose? Let me take a look. See. Who would I like to? Which UFC fighters would I like to hang out with? Probably Khamzat Chimaev would be fun. He looks like a fun guy. Who else? Maybe Jose Aldo, just because I really love the guy. Jose Aldo is one of my favorite fighters. So we'll say Jose Aldo, Khamzat Chimaev, and Tony Ferguson. There we go. What do you think of that? What do you think of that group of people? That would be hilarious. Remember when Bisping yelled, "Let's go Max, LOL, too biased to be a commentator"? No, I didn't hear that. I remember hearing about that, but I didn't hear it live when it happened. Moreno versus Figgy, 2 versus 1 Ngannou fight to make, same weight after all. That'd be fine. Make it. There are so many MMA channels that I hate to watch. There are a handful that I enjoy. Which ones are the ones you enjoy? I like to particularly know about the smaller channels. I'm always curious. It's hard to find. I mean, I've looked through and seen different channels, but it's hard to find other people kind of doing something similar to this channel. So if there's any small channels you watch, let me know. I'm always curious, just because that's the best way to figure out, things that work and don't work. Interesting. Curious, at what point does weight not really matter? Like, do you think maybe Usman could compete with a sloppy heavyweight? Maybe. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, man, because size is massive, If you guys have the same skill set, but one guy's bigger, the bigger guy's going to win, Obviously, if you're way more skilled, like Davison Figueroa would wreck me, even though I'm a heavyweight, So it's hard to say. I hope they rebook Maivov versus Gastelum for UFC France. I wouldn't mind that. Gastelum's a savage. Gastelum will take any fight ever. It's unreal. The guy just takes any fight. He'll just fight anybody. I don't know why YouTube now has an error. And for some reason, my Chandler Ferguson fight isn't even processing HD yet. Infuriating. Who wins between John and Stipe? I'd probably go John. Stipe's getting up there in age, KO'd in his last fight. It's a tough fight to pick. It's very intriguing. But there you go. Tony Ferguson speaks in riddles like everything's some sort of inside joke only he's in on. Love your choices, though. Dude, hanging out with Tony Ferguson would be hilarious. The guy is just so funny. And he's not even... I don't even know if he's trying to be funny. It's just the way he is. Would you personally prefer to get the belt off Aljo, TJ, Cejudo, Jose? Who would you personally prefer to get the belt off Aljo? TJ, Cejudo, or Jose? Definitely Jose Aldo. That goes without saying. Do you know who Jeff Chan is, the YouTuber ONE FC fighter? No, I do not. I've never heard of him. Have to check that out. I wish they would have a tournament NCAA basketball style with the fighters. That would be awesome. NCAA basketball... I don't know. I wouldn't really care. I wouldn't even watch it, probably. Only to hopefully see somebody get into a fight, maybe. I don't know why this video, it's not even showing. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I uploaded my video, and it's still in standard definition, and it's driving me nuts. It's not even showing. It's not even showing what it would normally show as processing HD. So I wanted to release this video tonight, and it's not even done anything. So now I'm just going to go ahead and upload it a second time. And hopefully this time it works. So let's hope that works maybe this time around. Jeez Louise. And it's uploading slow as heck. What is going on here? Okay, let's continue. You think Gastelum was the hardest fight for Adesanya or nah? Definitely was the hardest fight so far. I would have loved to seen that rematch, but I don't know if we're ever going to get to see that just because Gastelum's on a losing streak. I would have rather had Arnold versus Cater at the UFC London main event, but Cater versus Josh has violence written all over it. Arnold versus Cater would have been a lot of fun as well. Dana White privilege, LOL, famous quote by Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson has a bunch of famous quotes. My favorite are the YouTube comments. It says Tony Ferguson's the type of guy, and it's something hilarious. It's funny you admitted that MMA Guru be saying he would beat up Amanda Nunes. Like, what the F? Yeah, that's bizarre. That's bizarre. People who don't even train MMA saying they'd beat up pro MMA fighters is a bit bizarre in my opinion. Like 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, 3 versus 14 with the top 16 pound for pound fighters. Now that'd be fun. Never was the biggest fan of MMA Guru. Fair enough. I'm so mad. So I uploaded the Tony Ferguson Michael Chandler video, and for some reason it's showing as completely processed, but it's not even showing an HD version. And when I click on it, it's only standard definition. So now I got to re-upload it again. This always happens with the 4K videos for some reason. This always happens, and it drives me nuts. So now I'm uploading it again. So it is what it is. I was hoping to release it at the end of the stream. We'll see how it goes with the second upload. Maybe by the time I get partially through the second upload, the first one will be right. But I'm checking it. I'm refreshing right now, and it's not showing anything. And it's super infuriating. And now I got to re-upload it. This always happens when I upload 4K videos. YouTube's constantly with problems. Guys, keep the questions coming. We'll be on here for a bit longer. I'm going to hopefully get this video sorted out and you guys can see my video as I leave the stream. But you never know. It's really infuriating. It's not even showing like normally it would say HD processing, and I would at least know it's processing. But it's been up for 16 minutes, and it's showing as processing completed, and it's only standard definition. So we'll continue. Never was a big fan. Fair enough. Wears the same thing and looks like he hasn't showered in ages. That's hilarious. And for some reason, he refuses to get at least a 720p webcam. You guys know my channel. I'm obsessed with picture quality. So for me, I got to have the best picture quality. And you guys know, since I started this channel, I have a Sony A6400, which I bought specifically for this channel. And I love having the best video quality and the best audio quality on YouTube. If you watch any of my videos that are in 4K, you know what I'm talking about. I try to do videos that I can get uploaded the day beforehand in 4K for exactly these issues that I'm having now. But I have two big lights here. I got the lights in the background. I'm obsessed with quality. I bought this microphone. I only had maybe I think I bought this at like 1,000 subscribers or something. This is $1,000 microphone. So, I like top quality. What's up, Panthers? The press conference with Tony are the best. Remember when he said Khabib never been thrown in a trash can and Khabib called him sunglasses? I hope he's on the press conference on Thursday. He better be on the press conference. Remember when I think that was the same press conference he came with a baseball, right? And then remember when he went to the stare down with Khabib, he told Khabib to take his sunglasses off, even though Tony Ferguson was the one wearing sunglasses. It's just absolutely hysterical. Tony Ferguson's just straight up oddball, for sure. Tony told Khabib to take it. See, I already just said that. That's hilarious. MMA Joey's the Tyson Fury of Baltimore, from Baltimore, so I'm not worried. I doubt that. But fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm really getting infuriated actually by this video. And it's not working. I'm not seeing any HD quality. So you guys may or may not get a prediction video tonight. I know what you meant. I know you meant Khabib. If you have not already, like the stream, run up the likes on the stream. I would greatly appreciate it, and keep putting questions in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to end the stream in a little bit. Keep the questions coming. I was hoping to release this video at the end of the stream, but I don't like to release it until the HD version has processed. and the HD version has not processed. So I don't know what to do. Maybe we'll stream for a little bit longer, see if it gets sorted out, but I don't know that it will. So keep throwing questions in the chat. Also, guys, if you want to become a member of the channel, it is $3 a month. The link is in the description. You get a bunch of benefits, loyalty badges next to your name, custom emojis, Hamzat Chimaev emoji, as well as our members-only Discord chat where we're talking about all the latest MMA news every single day. So if you become a member, you sign up, you will be a member of the Discord chat forever, regardless. And you also get extra live stream replays. When I do extra live streams like this, I private them for members only after the fact. And I post a lot of what I'm working on in the members only Discord. You know, I posted that I'm going to be streaming tonight. I posted what prediction video I was working on. Besides, we have a great community in there where we just talk about MMA. So, guys, if you want to become a member of the channel, the link is down in the description. Sign up, and you can become part of the members Discord. Okay. It would be a sad MMA world if Tony Ferguson didn't exist. I would agree with you 100%. Not having Tony Ferguson is I mean, Tony Ferguson is so interesting. He doesn't get enough credit for how interesting that guy is. Okay. HD is now processing, so I'm going to cancel this other upload. I'm canceling this other upload now. Processing a bandit. Okay, I can leave that now. Thank goodness the HD is now processing. At least it's showing me something now. It's really showing me something now. So we'll give it another 20 minutes, and then maybe we might be able to release the video. We can check it in a little bit. Worst case scenario, I just release it. But at least I know it's getting ready. GSP said, MMA training doesn't mean you'll necessarily win a street fight. Maybe you have a chance in a street fight against some flyweights. Now, I think they would probably submit me, honestly. I mean, if jiu-jitsu, MMA training doesn't necessarily mean you win, but, I mean, you don't think Devison's going to guillotine me? Or Moreno's going to guillotine me? Or Charles Oliveira's going to guillotine me? I mean, yeah, of course you could have a chance, but I doubt it. Tony jumped scaring the shit out of Dana during the face-offs. I remember that. There's so many funny things about Tony Ferguson. Is it really wise, though, for Tony Ferguson to take punches from Michael Chandler? I'd be concerned for his long-term brain health. That Gaethje beating was brutal. I discussed the Gaethje beating in my video, but yeah, I don't think he should stand and stand in the pocket with Chandler and eat shots. But he should use his reach advantage for sure, and try to land from the outside. So many June bugs in Texas this time of year. That sucks. I'm taking my first BJJ class next month. Pray for me, y'all. I will be praying for you, Panthers rule. Good luck with that. Hope it all works out. I hope you learn a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I said it weird. I'm super excited for UFC 274, guys. I am so excited for UFC 274. Oliveira versus Gaethje is going to be so much fun. I mean, when's the last time Charles Oliveira's been in a boring fight? Somebody let me know in the chat. When's the last time Gaethje's been in a boring fight? Let me know. I don't remember. When you have two guys that have two elite level skill sets and you match them up with each other, I mean, it's going to be so much fun. I think Gaethje's got to take Charles Oliveira out early. And Gaethje has to avoid the takedown. And if Gaethje gets taken down, I think it's probably over for him. You know, I'm going to film my prediction video for that tomorrow. Hopefully have it up Tuesday. But it's a very compelling main event, and I cannot wait for it. I'll probably do, let me see. Tony Ferguson. Is there a Tony Ferguson autograph anywhere? I'll probably do a press conference live stream. Let me know in the chat. Should I do a press conference live stream for UFC 274? I usually do it for the bigger fights. I'm looking to see if they got a Tony Ferguson autograph. Any cool pictures? They do have a couple, but it's nothing great. Nothing that I particularly would want. Let's see what this is. This one's ugly. I thought this one was alright. Okay, let's go here. I'm looking to see. I always like to buy some MMA memorabilia every once in a while, so I'm seeing what they have available. Seeing what they have available. I usually look at Sports Integrity. Other boxing and UFC. Let's see if they got anything new. Date new to old. Doesn't look like they have anything particularly new. Signed UFC photos. They got Rose. They got Dustin. They have Habib. They have Dustin versus Justin. They have Habib choking out Connor, which I already have. No, I have him pointing before he jumps out the cage. They got Rose versus Namajunas autograph. Nothing new added though, which sucks. I was hoping for something new. I like the Francis Ngannou one. I think it's after the Overeem KO when he's doing this. They have one of him with a stiff left hand on Stipe autograph. They got a Glover autograph. Nothing that I really want. X out of that. Let's see. Okay, now I lost my spot. The best way to win a street fight is by not fighting. Okay. You should get a Colby bobblehead. I don't think one exists. Should Tony Ferguson go to BKFC after he loses? Maybe he should go to Eagle FC. But no, I would rather just see Tony retire if he loses, especially if he gets dominated. There's no way the fight goes by the first round. I think it does. The Oliveira's chin is too weak to strike with Justin. I don't know, man. He took shots from Dustin. This was about the Justin Charles Oliveira fight. Yeah, it could end. It probably does end in the first round. I don't know. I haven't thought too much about the exact finishing sequence, but I'll be working on my prediction tomorrow. I was watching UFC 274 countdown. I can't wait. I agree. I'm down with that. Do a live stream. Okay, Vince. Hope you're doing well. There's some exceptions, but why do some MMA fighters suddenly decline once they cross 36? Like Woodley, Ferguson, Ben Askren. I don't know. I guess it's just age catching up to him. Tony Ferguson blocked me on Insta before because my friend tagged him in a photo on my profile. I kid you not. Love you, Tony. That sucks. Well, my bro, Vince, hope all is well with you too, brother. All good. Hope everybody's doing well. It's crazy. Another big fight week. These weeks are the ones that I really look forward to. I really look forward to weeks when we have a big fight card coming up with some super intriguing fights. And I find Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler very compelling. I find Rose Carla pretty compelling. And I find Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje insanely compelling. Cannot wait for that fight. It's just, UFC 274 should be really, really solid. Those top three fights are worth the price of the pay-per-view by themselves, in my opinion. Funny. I'm probably going to put money on Tony. If you can get him at a big underdog price, I probably would. Trevor Whitman can have 3 champions. That's crazy. Yeah. Wait a second. He already has, doesn't he train Usman? He trains Usman, Rose. Yeah, you're right. So he has 2 right now. Trevor is the best coach in the UFC. Fair enough. There's a lot of great coaches. There's a lot of great coaches within the UFC for sure. Or that coach UFC champions is what I meant, not within the UFC. But you get my point. It's crazy though. Now he's got Rose and Gaethje fighting on the same card, co-main and main. Before he had Usman, Gaethje, and Rose all on the same card, UFC 261, which was an amazing card as well. Trevor Whitman, it's crazy how many great fighters he's got underneath of him. So we'll see how long it lasts. We've seen these peaks and valleys all the time. If Gaethje were to beat Charles, how do you see fight with him and Volk at 155? I'd probably favor Gaethje. Probably favor Gaethje to beat up Volk if Gaethje beats Charles. But that's a tough fight. Um, that's a very tough fight. Till versus Hermanson. Who do you got? Probably Till. Hermanson doesn't got great takedown ability. He's got good top control once he gets you down. But it's hard to say if he'll get Till down. But Till doesn't have particularly good takedown defense. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Right now, I'll lean Till, but I may change my mind. Hey, Joey, who do you think is the easiest fight for McGregor out of these? Gaethje, Oliveira, Chandler. What's up, Brain Moore? I hope I said that right. Most winnable fight for Conor would probably be Chandler, but I don't think any of them are super easy by any means. So I'd like to see any of them. I'd like to see any of those fights. I mean, McGregor versus Gaethje, as long as Gaethje's not champion. But then again, Gaethje or Oliveira is going to be champion after this weekend. If Gaethje loses, let him fight Conor. Let him fight Conor. I would love that. Oliveira would be a lot of fun, but Oliveira, I think, would wreck him. I think Gaethje wrecks him too. I think Chandler, just because of his chin, and he takes a lot of shots, I could see Conor putting him away early. But that would still be a super fun fight. I wouldn't complain. If Till loses, should he retire? I don't know, man. I'm always on the fence about saying, oh, this guy should retire or that guy should retire. Maybe. I don't know. How many fights will he have lost at that point in a row? I don't think Darren Till's ever going anywhere again anyway. So I've given up on him a long while ago. He's lost 4 out of his last 5. His only win is a split decision win against Kelvin Gastelum. Jeez Louise. Losses to Woodley, Masvidal, Robert Whittaker, and Brunson. Fun fact, all those people he has losses to are currently coming off a loss. Derek Brunson just got beat by Cannonier. Robert Whittaker got beat by Adesanya. Jorge just got beat by Colby and Usman before that. And we know where Woodley's at. So that's crazy. All 4 of Till's losses, the fighters that he lost to in the recent memory, are all coming off losses themselves. So McGregor versus Tony, I would love that if Tony wins. Even if Tony loses, can Usman's brother fight? I saw him on the Ultimate Fighter, so I don't know anything about it. I think, isn't he a heavyweight? I've seen him fight before in PFL, I believe. Nothing special as of right now, but he could always improve. Do you think there's any possibility of Makhachev fighting Chandler next, not Dariush? Highly doubtful, but it's possible. I would, if you told me that fight happens by the end of the year, I'd be shocked. Who's the fighter who doesn't look like a fighter? Ian Garry comes to mind. I don't know. I never really thought of that, honestly. Till isn't a top tier fighter in my opinion, Bellator or PFL. It's debatable. You know, him and Uriah Hall would have been a matchup of guys who need a win. I think Gastelum beat Till in that 244 match, but it was very close. Nasruddin Imavov, Andre Muniz coming up the ranks. Pretty soon Till's going to be out of that top 10. But yeah, Volk versus Conor at 170, no. You said you gave up on Till a long time ago. Aside from Hamzat, why has he been hyped up all this time? I don't know, Mario. And if you look back on some of my videos, I've talked about it in the past. But Darren Till was always a hype job. And you look at his fights, even now, his best win, I mean, he beat Wonderboy Thompson, but most people thought Wonderboy Thompson won that fight. His best win is a TKO over Donald Cerrone. Darren Till has never really done much in the sport, you know. The Stephen Wonderboy Thompson decision was unanimous, but most people thought Wonderboy won that fight. Wasn't particularly impressive performance by either guy. Got finished by Woodley right before Woodley fell off a cliff. Got brutally KO'd by Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal came off a long layoff. Barely beat Kelvin Gastelum. I thought he lost that fight, but still fair enough. He won. It was a close fight. He could have won either way. Lost to Whittaker. Not a bad performance. It was a very competitive fight. And then got submitted by Derek Brunson. I picked Derek Brunson in that fight. A lot of people picked Darren Till. A lot of people thought that Derek Brunson fight was really a fight by the UFC to get him back on track. I really believe that Darren Till has been a victim of his, accent and his nationality. He's from the UK. The UFC was looking for stars. Darren Till's very, very likable. And also, Darren Till is always open to take the toughest test. To take a fight with Robert Whittaker. That's a tough, tough fight. If he would have beat Robert Whittaker, he would have been right in title discussion, even on a 2-fight win streak. Darren Till is never, with the middleweight division the way it is right now, with Adesanya already having wins over most guys, if Till can get one impressive win, he's right in title discussions, I believe. I believe he will be right in title discussions. Let me X out of that. So he's lost 4 out of his last 5, but he gets 1 win over Jack Hermanson, and I guarantee Adesanya will start talking about him. I don't think Till should retire. He's still young and has taken huge sustained damage throughout his career. Hasn't taken huge sustained damage throughout his career. Seeing fighters like Oliveira Glover come back should give people hope. Fair enough. The reason Till's hyped up is because he's from the UK and Dana UFC loved to pump up British fighters. Look at Pimlet. I basically just said the same thing before I even saw that. Who has a better chance of being champ, Volkanovski at 55 or Hamzat at 85? Probably Volkanovski at 55, but I think either could do it. To be fair, Till had a very competitive fight against Whittaker. That's still very impressive. I just said that. I wonder if you said that before I said that. But I just saw that. I did not. I said that before I saw your comment. Who do you think Nate is going to fight? Probably Conor McGregor. Till should fight at 170 again, in my opinion. What are your thoughts? The Whittaker fight wasn't too exciting. It wasn't too exciting, but it was still competitive. I don't know if he can make 170. But if he could, I mean, he has issues with the wrestling. And you got Colby, Usman, and Hamzat there. It's not going to work out for him. The one thing that gives me hope, Till was razor close loss to Whittaker. I wouldn't say it was razor close, but it was competitive. A lot of people thought Rob beat Izzy. I'm not right. And also, the division isn't grappling heavy at middleweight. So, there you go. Cruz versus Merab, who wins? Probably Cruz. Defends the takedowns, outstrikes, and wins via decision. Till's a victim of his own popularity. There you go. That's basically what I said as well. Victim of his own popularity. Yeah, the UFC pushed him quick. It's sad that his best win is over Donald Cowboy Cerrone, which is absolutely insane to me. When you look at his resume, you're like, that's his best win? Are we sure about that? I'm trying to see. Let's see if the HD is processed just yet. It is still not processed. That is unbelievable. That is absolutely unbelievable. I didn't like how Till was talking about how he thinks he's a better fighter than Brunson after his loss. He won't improve his mentality with a mentality like that. Yeah, I hate when guys do that. They try to make excuses for why they lost. And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm the better fighter, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it just makes you look dumb. It really makes you look really, really dumb, in my opinion. So, it is what it is. Hopefully, Till, with training with Hamzat, people think, he shores up some issues. If Till can shore up the grappling and shore up the stamina a little bit, he's a good striker. He's a very solid striker. Doesn't have crazy finishing ability, but in a middleweight division that's very striker heavy, maybe he could beat guys like Sean Strickland. He could probably beat Uriah Hall as it is. He can beat Jack Hermanson. He was landing on Derek Brunson before Derek Brunson was able to get him down. So he's still a top 10 guy at middleweight if he shores up some of those deficiencies, for sure. That's funny. Do you think Strickland is a good stylistic matchup for Till? A durable striker, but isn't very dynamic and willing to take shots. Till could fight him to a decision, in my opinion. Shame he's fighting Pereira soon. Yeah, I think Till could beat Strickland. And that's literally what I just talked about. It's weird how this keeps happening with the messages. That's crazy. Pereira soon. What's your pick for fight of the night at 274? Probably the main event, Gaethje Oliveira. For some reason. Do you think Colby's going to sue Jorge in a civil suit? Colby is claiming Colby's claiming he sustained a brain injury, which I think is bullshit. I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know. But it definitely probably going to sue him. He's getting them pay-per-view points one way or another. I've seen somebody say that online. So, it's weird. It's weird. It's a weird situation now. He's definitely going to sue him. Maybe he's trying to avoid that Hamzat fight. Conspiracy theory, MMA conspiracy theory. Maybe he's trying to avoid that Hamzat Chimaev fight. Till was physically in bad shape for the Brunson fight. A lot of body fat than he had before. Yeah, he didn't look particularly good. Also, good evening, Joey. How was your day? My day was good. How was yours, Antoine? Hope you're doing well. Can't wait for UFC 274. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Do you think there's any way the main event at 274 goes the distance? I can't see. I can't see it either. One of those guys is getting stopped, but you never know. I feel like every time we say that, it ends up happening. So, you never know. Do Brandon Moreno and Chito Vera have a similar style? Not really. I don't think so. I guess kind of. I think Marlon Vera is a weight bully. No. I love me some MMA conspiracy theories. Fair enough. All right, guys. Throw any more of your last-minute questions. Don't forget to like the stream. Any last-minute questions? I'm hoping I'm going to send you guys this Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson video. It might not be 100% processed in HD yet, but do you guys still want the link to watch the unlisted version? Do you want to be the first ones to see my Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler prediction? And I'm going to release it soon after I send you guys the link. Do you guys want the unlisted version, even though it might not be 100% processed in HD? Usually, for some reason, once I release it, it ends up getting processed faster. I guess YouTube, for whatever reason, tries to speed up the process. But Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson. Prediction, breakdown and prediction, UFC 274. Hell yeah, drop the link. Okay, we'll stay past the hour and a half mark, and then I'll drop the link in the chat for you guys to see. Thoughts on Mike Perry calling Dana White Big Vinegar? Okay, no real thoughts. Apart from me feel like Chandler Ferguson is a war, I think it's going to be a good fight. Every fight they're both in is always exciting, and you'll hear me talk about that in the video if you watch it when I drop the link. What's is Tony's path to victory next weekend? On UFC Countdown video, he said he's training to wrestle, but I can't see him taking Michael down. I'm going to drop the video link. You'll be the first to see my prediction video in about 3 minutes or so when I end the stream. So you'll be able to see. I think it's an 18-minute video. Let me tell you. I'll tell you how long it is right now. It sucks that it isn't 100% processed yet. I've been waiting this whole time it's 18 minutes and 29 seconds. I almost said 30 seconds, just out of habit of rounding up. So it's 18 minutes and 30 seconds of just talking about Chandler Ferguson. So it's a long video. I don't necessarily plan how long the videos are going to be. I just talk about it until I'm done. So as soon as I drop the link, I want you guys to go watch it, like it, and comment on it. Help boost it in the algorithm, and hopefully YouTube hurry up. I don't know how I should say that, but hopefully they hurry and process the HD version. Appreciate your stream. I think I speak for more than just me. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, White Magic. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone else in this stream. Without you guys, I literally am just some random guy sitting in a room talking to a camera and microphone. There's nobody here. There's nobody in this room right now. So I'm literally just talking to you guys, which is really weird. It's a really weird feeling, honestly. So I really appreciate you guys. I know everyone kind of says that type of thing, but I really do. I love having an MMA community of my own to discuss MMA about. So I absolutely love it. So, all right, we'll get a couple more questions. We're going to go until past the hour and a half mark. And then I'm going to give you guys the first look at my first UFC 274 prediction. Okay, yep, no doubt. I didn't mean to click on that. Did you do your picks for 274? I did my first one, which is Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, and you will see it here in a minute. So you guys in this chat will be the first to see the video. You must have done lots of research for the video. A decent amount. I always try to brush up on everything, but I watched everything and I already kind of have some thoughts. But yep, those videos take so much. You got to watch recent fights just to kind of remember, because sometimes I'll misremember, and just talk about all the different things. Halftime when I end a video, I forget. So I was like, darn it, I forgot to mention this. Is Rose already the greatest strawweight champion of all time in your opinion, or does she have to get a win over Carla to prove that? Probably already 2 wins over Weili, one being the brutal head kick KO, 2 wins over Joanna, one being the KO. Um, it's hard to deny it. I mean, who has a better resume at strawweight right now? So yeah, grade A MMA channel for sure. Thank you. Beside you, appreciate you, man. You love the channel, even though you're a huge Sean O'Malley fan, and you understand that I still, you know, I am relatively unbiased. Everyone I always say everyone has a slight bit of bias, but I'm relatively unbiased as much as I consciously can be. And I appreciate you, man. All right, guys. I'm going to give you the unlisted link. I'm going to release it in a few minutes, but I'm going to give you guys the first chance to watch the video. Go watch this video. I want you guys to go watch this video. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. Immediately click on the link. Immediately like the video and immediately comment on it. You can help boost it and get a lot of views on YouTube and grow the channel to 3,000 subscribers very, very soon. Okay, last question before I go and post a link. Who do you think won Zhang Rose 2? I had Weili winning. I had Weili winning as well, but it was very, very close. It was a very close fight. I thought Weili won. I'm going to go back and rewatch that fight before I do my prediction for Rose Carla 2. So, all right, guys. Thank you all for joining me. Here is the link to the video. Go like it. Go watch it. And go comment on it immediately. And hopefully YouTube processes the full HD version before you get there. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys went and go check that video out and run up the likes on it. So Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler prediction video is in the chat right now. Go watch it, guys. Appreciate every single one of you guys for joining me. And I will talk to you guys later this week. More UFC 274 predictions coming very, very soon. Tomorrow, at least one, if not two. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your night.